What's up, everybody? It's your boy Showtimedr. I'm back. Now, I am going to get a little bit more into this Dragalia Lost game. I've been playing it for a couple days. Don't understand everything yet, but I got a general idea of what's going on now. So I can point you to, as a new player, the most important things you're going to want to do after you reroll. So let's go ahead and begin here. And once again, I know there's no sound, but as was noted, I'm sure, in many people's videos, Nintendo are notorious Nazis when it comes to their sound. So if you play their sound in your video, not only do you get DMCA'd, but they take all the money from your video, and it's just not a fun process because they're stuck in 1980 still, at least over in Japan they are. So, all right, so when you get into the game, you're going to have a set amount of heroes. Hopefully you re-rolled for whatever it is you want. One of the most important things, actually, is the mana circles. So real quick, I'll show you guys how to get there. So you go to upgrade, and you come over here to mana circles. Now, mana circles, it's essentially kind of like a skill tree. Basically, think of like the Path of Exile or like the Final Fantasy 13 or 10 skill tree. It's like that. So it's not only skills, you get some passives there, strength, damage. Adventure story, that's essentially just you read it or you skip it and you get some free, I forget what they call it in this game, something but it's the summon currency. So get yourself some HP, get yourself some strength. And then there's always going to be a skill, and the skill's usually a bit of a pain to get because you need these materials. Now, the cool part about this game is you can click on the material, and it'll give you a how to acquire thing. So you see right here, I'm short of this currency, so it's like, okay, well, you need to go do this, but rip, it's locked today. I don't know when the water scowl runes are coming back. I'm sure there's a schedule somewhere, but I regret my time during the weekend when I didn't understand this. Otherwise, I would have farmed more water crystals, because apparently the raid that's coming up in a couple days is going to be fire. But we can get into that later. That's the big event everyone's looking forward to, the co-op event. So what you have to do is, as you see here, you skill all these up, and then you get to this thing, and it'll tell you you need this, that to unlock it. And once you get that, you unlock it, then you go up. And as you can see, there are a fair amount of skills here. Now, the most expensive thing on your tree is always going to be whatever the skill is. So in this case, not only does it require... this is mana. You get some mana from like finishing quests, etc. You need mana to unlock all of these things, but for some of the stronger things, you also need some of these waterworm skills, which you can only get from the dungeon. There's all different types of elements too. So what you should probably be doing, let me get out of here real quick. And by the way, if you're playing with your friend or you want to know how many of those nodes you've unlocked, you can see it here at the bottom. You see how there's 19, etc., 0. So you can judge a character. But getting those strong is actually what really happens, because in this game as well, before I get to what I was doing, let me show you real quick. There is a power level, a might. So you see this might here. Might basically means it's kind of a total summation of your gear, the cards and the dragons you have, along with any stat bonuses, and that tree I just told you about, how upgraded your gear is, etc. So you're constantly wanting to work on your power level. And right now, most of the people in the game that have been playing this for a while, they're pushing like 10k. I got to this game a little late, so I'm just below 5k right now. But it's a summation of your skills and your dragon skills, basically, which we can go over later. Now, what I was talking about with that dungeon, let me go over it here. So, as you get in the game, you're going to want to keep pushing the story until you unlock everything, and everything being all of these modes and all of the upgrade modes. So you're going to see all these upgrade modes. And then you are also going to see a lot more events. And I possibly don't have everything unlocked yet. I think I'm on chapter 4 or 5 right now. But Avenue to Power, that drops you XP crystals, where you can get XP. Avenue to Fortune, that's Rubicite, or whatever the hell the gold is in this game. Flamehowl Ruins, that's once again, we'll get to that in a second. Dragon Trials, that's where you get stuff to upgrade your dragons. Everything in this game, by the way, for the most part, can be run co-op after Chapter 2, I believe. So So these runes right here, you see how it's Flamehow rune standards. So today is Flame, and then I don't know if they have like a... Because I'm not sure what the schedule is, because today is a Tuesday. So today's Flame Day. Tomorrow might be Wind Day or Water Day, whatever it is. I'm hoping it's Water Day. But, so, and the number below is the power level, as you can see here. You can zoom in. And then they'll tell you possible drops. Completion, first reward completion, quest endeavors. Those are basically quests to do in the dungeon to try to get more rewards. And so 4,000, as you see, my team's like just below 5,000, so this is unlocked recently. Now, when you come and do these dungeons, you can choose to do it solo, which for these particular ones, it's not that terrible idea. Or you can do co-op. For the purposes of this video, we'll just do a solo. So I can see, although I recommend running co-op when you can, and when you're new, because you get a ton of the summon currency up to a certain point, and that cuts off, and then it's up to you at that point what you want to do. These feathers indicate how many times you can join someone else's co-op. So then right here you choose like a friend unit, so you can skill through, you know, you want this type of unit or that type of unit, whatever you want. For me, usually I like to go with either a buff or a heal, unless there's some really OP ability I'm unaware of right now. And, you know, this is a team I'm rocking. Now, this is not a super element team. If I'm running into the Flamehow runes, I should actually bring, like, a full water team. But, you know, it is what it is. And I don't understand. There's a dark dragon, so why didn't she get the dark dragon? That's weird. I swear to God, I put it on her. You want to put dragons on your heroes that are the same element if you can help it. And you unlock more powerful dragons as the game progresses. So... Also, I recommend saving your skip tickets until you unlock something like really powerful that you can just farm it up real quick and get a whole lot of whatever you need. Don't worry about it right now. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and I'll show you guys how I play. Now, I have an archer, but I found that in auto, the archer is actually bad because even though the archer attacks, all of your melee units will just stand around unless something charges them, which is generally a bad thing. So you want to be on auto with a melee unit if you can help it. Now keep in mind when you auto a dungeon, they're not going to pick up any loot. So if you want to pick up some loot, you can have auto on, but still kind of manual. Because the auto is always going to run towards wherever the exit point for the dungeon is with the bosses, etc. So as you see here, I got the pirate lady. She has a bunch of like wide strikes. Now, you can still control things, like, for instance, I can queue up her ability here. It's her breaker ability if you see guys with shields. You know, you can go ahead, wreck them. The Menace there, he's kind of like a little mini-boss. Of course, they're going to, like... And you can still roll while you're dealing with things here. So, controls are a little wonky. It actually plays really well on the phone, but on emulator, it's pretty wonky. I was trying to figure out a way to hook up a controller to Nox. It wasn't working, and Nox has some type of issue where your character just rolls over and over, so it's a little bit dumb. So, okay, so we searched all through there. Now, to get treasures real easy, all you gotta do is just roll on it. You can attack it too, but I just recommend rolling on it. Saves a little bit of time, because, like, watch this attack animation. If you made the mistake of clicking the button twice, you know, she keeps going, so... And, you know, anything you see like boxes or barrels, treasure chests, just go ahead and wreck all those. And get yourself some extra loot. And if you want to, if you notice that your character is having a hard time getting to a point where it's, you know, effective, then just go ahead, you know, you can micro it a little bit. You know, let them do a barrel roll or whatever. And yeah, that room over there is the boss room. And then that little thing there, you can turn into a dragon. That's what it is over here. Now, let me turn auto off real quick. I hope there's not a timer. Keep in mind, some things, I noticed there's a lot of people that they aren't doing all these things. So you can change heroes, and you can, like, for instance, summon a dragon with this hero, and then let the dragon run rampant, and then change to another hero and use their skill, etc. So Like, don't feel like you're just limited to one character. That's my basic point there. You can use your entire team. Now, you can't auto on co-op mode, as well as... well, actually, I shouldn't say that for sure, because I don't know how the raids go, although autoing on raids is probably death. But... Alright, so we're going to get to the boss room here. I might actually lose my pirate chick, because she's actually kind of low. And recommendations for which characters to use in auto, definitely melee. Definitely, either an axe user, because the axe users, they got these white arcs, as you can see. A dagger user, because a dagger user is actually pretty fun. They got this crazy, like, lunge attack that they do. Pretty solid. And then, you can also choose to do a, like a sword caster or something like that. Now, I know there's probably other heroes that are just as good, and, you know, you don't have to worry about that type of thing, but... So, when you're fighting a boss, the thing that's going to happen on the boss is he's going to go into this overdrive mode, and when you break the overdrive mode, you'll see the gauge. He's going to go ahead and be vulnerable, and that's when you just wreck him. When he's vulnerable, he's taking bonus damage. He's down for like 5 to 10 seconds, you just go ahead and wreck him. And so that's pretty easy guide on if you're playing on emulator. Now, if you're playing on phone, you can probably do all that a lot more efficiently. Like I said, I was trying to get a controller to work. It can possibly still work on Nox, because I know controllers work on Nox, but I wasn't able to get one to work for this game, so it's too bad. And so that's one of the major things you're going to be doing in this game. You're going to be farming a lot, actually. So, you know, even with auto, you got to kind of pay attention. And, you know, there are skip tickets, but those are pretty sparingly applied at the moment. Now, I'm trying to think if I should just save that for another video. Nah, I guess I could just put out a different one later. Alright, so... Once again, this is XP drops, this is gold, or whatever drops, height drops. This is, the Flamehowl runes are very important, because not only do they drop stuff to upgrade your character's skills, and the trees like we were showing earlier, they also make drops that upgrade buildings, as well as your main building in the town, which I'm going to show you. The dragon, you know, that's for upgrading your dragon's XP. We'll get to that later, but right now I'm going to go to the castle. And I'll show you a little bit of how they kind of got a Farmville system in here. And we'll start with the main building and the most important building. Real quick, let me get these built. By the way, guys, any of the collectible resources, you can just hit this collect all button, save yourself some clicks. Now, this is the most important building here, and some people will tell you, oh no, it's not. Well, here's why. Not only is it very expensive, and remember how I was saying you need those blue crystals? Well, look at that. You need blue crystals to upgrade this too, along with some dragon claws. Dragon claws you can get from interacting with the dragons. I'll show you more on that later. But essentially, you see how you need a ton of gold too, by the way, which I actually need to go farm pretty soon. But you need a lot of these, you know, these orbs, and they happen to be from the water dungeon. Now, I don't know if you upgrade, maybe it changes element or something to that effect. But for now, for me, it's water dungeon. These take 12 hours and stuff to upgrade. This should be your #1 priority, in my opinion, is getting these built and upgraded. Now, the reason that you upgrade it, not only does it open up more land to put your buildings on, but also, in order to upgrade the smithy, you need to upgrade that Halidom building. So, you're like, well, why would I upgrade the smithy? Well, the smithy, when you come over here to crafting, requires level 4 smithy if you want a 4-star weapon. Requires level 7 smithy if you want a 5-star weapon. So you see what we're dealing with here. Most of the weapons that drop in this game that I've seen, you're lucky when you get a 2-star. So the weapons are pretty sparingly, and they got all the different, you know, different gear up here. So That is going to be an issue, and that is something long-term you are going to want to upgrade just to get to the 5-star weapons. Now, there's even more to this crafting thing, but we can get to that another time because I can't properly show you. Essentially, it's going to take you a long time to get a 5-star weapon. Is basically, like, we're talking hundreds of hits on the farming areas. Now, real quick, we'll go back to the castle. I'll show you guys. Actually, we can just go straight to the Dragon Roost. It's actually in the town. It's just over on the top edge. So when you come to the dragon guy, this is also important. You can give him gifts, and the gifts, they get sold out after a while. You should try to farm the gold to at least give these top 3 gifts. And basically what happens is, I'll just demonstrate with the bread here. You drag the gift on him, it gives him a little bit of XP. And then the higher that this gauge is, this isn't the dragon XP gauge, this is like dragon synergy or something like that. But the higher it is, the longer you're going to be able to have your dragon out. And then you get these gifts as well, which this is mana, this is dragon fruit to upgrade dragons. And so you can also swap between all your dragons, so you know you can upgrade whichever ones you feel are appropriate at the moment. And then that's going to grow your power level a little bit as well, because you'll be getting all this other stuff. Now, ways to upgrade your power level, we already went over mana circlets. There's also with your adventurers, you know, you can go farm the XP dungeon and give them these XP crystals. So the one I'm actually working on right now is probably my archer. So you see how the might rating right here keeps going up. And by the way, these are on a slider too, so you don't have to just keep hitting plus, which is a nice feature. I wish some of my other gacha games had that. But so right now, I'm just getting this guy to 40. So you see how his power level is going to be 1014 when it was... And this is just from his XP. His power level is actually greater than that, but it was 973, so... And then you just upgrade. You know, but mana circles are a little bit more important than that. So I recommend that when you have a hero whose element it is, and I believe on the weekends all the places are open, so you should definitely get busy farming on the weekends. You know, just work on your heroes as much as you can. Now that's how XP works. Mana circles we went over. Weapons. Personally, I would tell you to... If you have a 3-star weapon, you can work on it a little bit. If you get a weapon with an effect, weapons can have like spell power or whatever. I don't know what other kinds of effects, maybe passive procs like stun or something. Go ahead and, yeah, upgrade it to max level. You can unbind if you have similar weapons, and that'll increase the max level. And then you just upgrade it. To upgrade it, you just burn whatever other weapons you don't want. Now, crafting. Crafting's a bit of an issue right now. I don't recommend crafting early. But just to show you, you know, it's 500 rupees, and then this kind of diminishing return here, and you don't really want to go through that too much, because the only way to get it, you see these Windmaw ruins, you have to, I still have to go and do chapter 644 to unlock that, so, but fairly hard to get early, so don't recommend doing that. Now, as you can see here, this is going to be what it's going to take to get yourself a 5-star weapon. Granite, don't even know where the hell it is yet, but it looks like, yeah, it's in the high-end Windmaw ruins. So probably it's not even an option. Meteorite, I'm sure that's the same basic thing. Crimson Core, I got one somehow, probably a fire drop or something. And so, but this material is all going to be super hard to get, so... that's why we're building our power level right now in the moment. Now, worm prints, the thing about worm prints, that's like the cards you can put on your heroes to upgrade them by whatever it says. It's kind of hard. You need this blessed water to get it, but unfortunately blessed water is actually, they don't even tell you where to get it right now. I'm sure there's a way to get it though, but I'm trying to... Hold on. Yeah, so this is where you can level it up if you want to sacrifice worm prints, and that gives it a little bit more power level, some passive HP, and then like strength or something like that. So that's how those work. And then dragons, like I was saying, you can upgrade your dragons. I'm gonna get one to level 20 ASAP. There's dragon fruits that you grow in the town. There's also some you just get as drops if you're lucky. So right now my goal is to get a dragon to level 20 because that's one of the major newbie quests. Oh, I'll show you guys that too. And we'll go ahead and do this, and you see how his might goes up and the strength goes up and HP goes up. So, but yeah, the entire game so far you're just basically working on your might wherever you can. Now there are a bunch of quests and achievements, and you're going to find them in two areas. One is right here. Jumpstart Endeavors is what you guys need to be looking at, the limited time events. And like I said, the reason I'm getting the level 20. I've already done all those. There's also daily things. I've already done all those today too. So clear your daily quests every day, and then also come over here. Clear this. You got 10 days left. Maybe when you start an account it might be 14 days, but go ahead. You know, because the last thing is a 10-fold summon voucher, so of course you want that. And you know, as you do stuff in the game, you're going to clear some of these quests as well. Wormite, yeah, that's what's used to summon. Now, in the upper right corner here where this gift box is, you also get some bonuses as well. Sometimes it's like random stuff like GM bonuses or whatever, patch notes. And then sometimes it's for doing things in the world, like, oh, you cleared such and such zone, or you got all the achievements, or you got such so-and-so to level 30 or whatever. Just keep checking those, but whatever you're doing, make sure you just keep doing it as hard as you can. So, and yeah, I mean, for a new player, that's pretty much what you guys should be focusing on, is unlocking everything. Like, I still got things to unlock, as you can see. And when you get to the town building portion, most important buildings to build, my opinion. And I'll do a separate video for this later when I'm 100% sure, but this basically governs the smithy. Once you unlock the smithy and that, you want to put those on priority. This right here, this is your rupee kind of place. Be sure to check the storehouse because there's extra stuff that you can build. Some buildings you can build extras of. But upgrade the rupees, and then this is the dragon fruit tree. So essentially it gives you dragon fruit to help you level your dragons, which is pretty cool. And then these other things that you see here, these are like altars that basically increase the passive percentage bonus of heroes that are attuned to those elements. So, you know, light, fire, dark, etc. So depending on what you're going with first, and for this first week, if you're just starting the game, I highly recommend get your water up as much as possible because the first raid's going to be fire. Unless they change that, I'm not sure, but and then leveling these up, these also take more of those orbs depending on what it is. So be aware of that. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much, you know, for a healthy start, stuff I can give you to do right now. Now, immediately when you get in the game, like if you're first installing it, you can basically come over here. Or excuse me, not there. Down here on the lower right corner at more, hit that. Hit player info. Actually, no, my bad, not player info. Which one was it? Other, maybe. Hold on, guys, I'll get this in a second. Friends? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so hit friends when you get to that screen. Come to helper settings. And just change whoever's your hero, just change it to whatever another hero is. And then you will immediately have enough for 3,000 Wormite, which is enough to do 210 summons. As you can see over here. So. And then also every day there is a free, if you go to the shop. Let's go ahead and do that. It's this button right here with the crystals. There is a free item summon. I've already done it, but you come over here to upgrade essentials, item summon. You can also do extras for 50%. And then also one of the things I recommend you guys do every day. you know, depending on what you need, because you don't necessarily need all this, but this gold whetstone's actually going to be really strong, and then, you know, skip tickets, etc. But, you know, if you don't want to give the diamantium, that's a skip ticket. Diamantium's the pay-to-win currency. Just come over here. You see how it says purchase, resets daily? This is rare items. And so just go ahead and farm out the highest rank of the, whatever they call this currency, the gold that you can. And, you know, buy the stuff that you really want. So, you know, come down here. That is definitely worth it, the gold whetstone. You can make arguments about either one of these. You know, depends what you want. Succulent dragon fruit's actually pretty powerful, though. But farm all this stuff out that you can, with the exception of the skip ticket. Because this will undoubtedly be useful later. So that's another reason. And unfortunately for me, check this out. I've been working on this all morning, but I need a bit more. When you go to the Avenue to Fortune, look, it's 5,200 for the next ranking, and I'm at, like, let me look, 53. So I'm close. I'll probably get it, but it's going to take some investment, some more investment from me here. So, but yeah, guys, just keep optimizing your power. I'll come out with more specified guides later on how to do things as I learn more things. Highly recommend, if you're going to do co-ops, to play on your phone versus an emulator or your tablet or whatever you're using. Also, but if you're going to do like solo stuff that you can auto mostly, you know, go ahead and play it on your emulator or even your phone if you feel like it. Because this game, I noticed it actually burns battery pretty quickly. So, and then also another tip I'll give you guys, this one will be free. Be building up at least one hero, if not as many heroes as you can, of every element, because they're all going to be useful in different things. Now, which hero it is depends on what your draw is. So I've only got one 5-star hero right now, my Archer. But there are some really good 4-star heroes, like that Berserker guy. This Pirate Girl is really good. Most of the axe users and dagger users in this game, you know, if they're not amazing, they're pretty good. Work yourself up a healer, get a dark hero up, get a light hero up, wind hero, water, fire. Just get it all up. So, because as you can see, I even got another dark hero over here. I need to work on a light character, actually. That's probably going to be one of my next projects as soon as I get the power level to get all that gold. And, you know, if you're ever lost, you can just hit this optimize button and then say you want a water team, and it'll build the team to the highest power level of whatever you specify. And if you want, it can not apply to weapons if you want people to keep their weapons for whatever reason, etc. And then you can just hold on, let me demonstrate. I'll put another team here. So let's say, like for instance, the fire raid's coming, so you're gonna need 4 heroes for that. Well, I want a strong offensive team that's water only out of my units. Okay, and it's gonna adjust the gear, and it's gonna adjust the weapons and the dragons based off of. Okay, now this is the highest might team you can make with that. So. And so if you want, as you can see, there's 6 teams up here. You can build one team for every element and then just have like a mix mash team for farming if you find a good synergy going on. And yeah, guys, so that's pretty much, you know, to get yourself a good start in this game. Trying to think, there's probably other stuff, but for the most part, I went over all the stuff that's going to be important for right now. It takes mana to upgrade the mana circles. So your mana circles, once again, that's probably going to be, other than the building the castle and building the smithy, that's probably going to be your #1 priority for right now. And then after that, you know, XP up heroes, XP up your dragons and your Worm Prince, etc. And you'll have yourself a good start to this game. So anyways, guys, be looking for more guides on this from me over the next few days. I'm still learning. But anyways, so I'm Showtimedr, Showtime Doctor on Twitch. You found my YouTube, hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Also, I'm on, or did I say Twitch? I mean YouTube, whatever. I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/ShowtimeDR. And then also, if you look in the notes, Got a link to my Discord. We got a Dragalia Lost tab in there, along with some other gaming communities, anime, movie nights, etc. So if you feel like coming in, say hi, or just check it out, share your experiences. We're having a good time with this game right now, so see how it goes in the future. Anyways, guys, peace out. Have yourselves a great day.